and Drug Administration estimates that 60,000 of Baltimore's 650,000 residents are drug dependent.
I live here at East Baltimore. It's a lot of violence going along, crime practically every day, every minute, every second.
I live in the Highlandtown community, and it affects our community a great deal. There's a lot of shootings. We have a lot of children in our neighborhood, and it's very unsafe at times.
Every time I look out the window, I see people selling drugs, buying drugs.
I live in the Fells Point community. Drugs have affected it. You can go right outside and basically walk one block and purchase any drug that you need.
People, they fall out in the middle of the street and get shot and die in my neighborhood because of the drugs and the violence.
Stop doing drugs, stop selling drugs, because it's making people die. It's making Baltimore a really shabby place to live in. It's making Baltimore a scary place to live in.
It plays a terrible part on this community for all ages, young and old. It destroys families, destroys lives. And the only one that's getting rich off of it is the drug dealer himself. And that's not worth what's happening in Baltimore right now.
Yeah, drugs and violence can affect each community here in Baltimore, worldwide, nationwide. All drugs do is tear one body down, tear one mind down, tear one family apart. And a lot of times, when you off drugs, you're not in the right state of mind, so that has you to react in a particular way outside your being. If you be a nice person, once you get the drugs inside your system, that turns you to a monster.
Around my way, they have gangs, and they always be like, "Oh, you want to be down with us?" and all this other stuff, or you want to sell this for me. And I tell them no, because I'm not in that type of life. I'm going to be something.
Drug dealers recruit youths because the youth are looking for something to become a part of. We don't have enough programs for the youth. We don't have enough things that youth can become involved in and feel as though that they're included in something.
We don't have the schooling. We don't have jobs, you know, for the young men. That's why they probably on the corner trying to make a hustle, do what they have to do.
I, for one, believe that if you give people a thorough understanding of what confronts them and the basic causes that produce it, they'll create their own program, and when the people create a program, you get action.
Several community members in East Baltimore decided to take action against the drugs and violence destroying their neighborhood by opening Rose Street Community Center.
There was an impacting situation that occurred in our community. About 12 years ago, there was a young lady sitting on the steps. I think it was either Rose Street or Curley Street. It was a drive-by shooting, and she was pregnant at the time. She was killed along with the fetus within her. And as a man, as an African-American man in the community, was there anything that I could do to reduce the violence in the neighborhood? So that was the reason why I started Rose Street Community Center along with several other people.
Dedicated to helping addicts and dealers regain sobriety, dignity, and purpose, as well as creating resources for the youth and beautifying the streets. Rose Street Community Center became loved by community members, young and old.
Angered by the impact of Rose Street's work on their business, drug dealers firebombed the center.
The community responded by breaking the boards off the empty house next door and reopening them the next day.
Running a center is my life. It's a mission. I don't look at it as a job. I don't look at it as an occupation. I don't look at it as a career.
Coming to Rose Street Community has really changed my life in that it's given me a fresh start and an ability to build myself back up from having nothing.
You know, it's made me more aware of the community also. You know, it's not just about me and just my little circle of things I got going on. It's about other people too. You know, that I've never even would have been thinking about, the youth or senior citizens or anybody else but me back, in the day. But now today, I recognize a whole lot of different things that's going on in the community, and they made me aware of that.
And I do believe that a lot of communities would benefit from a program like the Rose Street Community Center, because there's no other program like it. You deal with the youth in so many levels, and oh man, it's a blessing.
I was one of the youths that was out there in the streets, running around, creating havoc, selling drugs, you name it. Now, one of the persons that help people that's in my sort of situation find jobs, get education.
To make a better community than what it is now, we have to work together. Try to get the drugs out the corner, get the drug dealers out the corner.
They might use drugs or they might sell drugs, but as they grow older, they're going to see it's played out and they're going to want something better with their life.
Yes. If you see somebody making a wrong, let's say if a little child was to make a wrong, you got to teach them the right way. Show them, lead them, guide them, give them resources.
It's time to turn it around and love one another. Do for each other, bring peace back into the lives of the community, like it should be.
The more we become educated to the reasons for our problems, that we will be motivated to create positive solutions.